Here's what I'm going to warn all four of you. You really don't want to go up this mountain. You can, but if you do, it's not going to turn out well for any of you.
Arrogance, ignorance, and lack of understanding. Mix these three to make the perfect dumb cop, and sometimes they're so dumb that they don't even realize they've been outsmarted. In this video, we're going to show you 3 such dumb cops who couldn't de-escalate a situation even if their lives depended on it. I don't know when people start to understand the simple fact that constitution trumps policy. We've seen it far too many times, and yet there's always one Mr. Rules in all public offices that goes, "Excuse me sir, our policy says you can't record here." Let's see how it goes for this guy here.
Hello. I want to know if I can get a public records request here.
Sorry?
Just want to know if I can get a public records request for him here. Or if there's another...
Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
I just want to let you know there's no recordings allowed in the building. Outside is okay, but in the building there's no recordings allowed.
Gotcha, this isn't a government building.
Okay, there is a policy, there's no... I'll tell you later.
Sure. No, I mean, if you're telling me this is a private organization, then yeah, I'll head out. I just need to get a public records request for him if you got it. Yeah.
So, this auditor wanted to get some records from the State Healthcare Authority in Washington, but surely enough, Mr. Rules had to call the police. Let's hope they know the laws.
1337. Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye.
You heading over?
Yeah.
Cool, all right. Let's wait inside for him. Just to make sure you realize this is a state building, right?
I'm just going to let the police handle it.
All
I've
right.
actually stopped recording, so I'll let them handle it.
Okay.
Here's your form.
Well, thank you. I actually really appreciate that.
Funnily enough, it took the police a long time to show up. The auditor did all the paperwork and left before the cops even arrived, and that somehow tells you what kind of interaction we're going to have. The auditor was waiting outside for when they finally decided to show up after over an hour later.
Hey, officer. You responded to a call for here? So what seems to be the problem about me recording inside that lobby? Because that was me. What's that? Yeah, I'll wait for you. That only took forever. Hey, officer.
Morning, being audio video recorded.
Yep, you are too. They don't need to let me know in this state anyways.
It's my policy.
Oh, gotcha. So, the department policy?
Yes.
Gotcha. So what's the issue? Because I'm going to go back there in there in a second since you guys
I
are
don't
here.
know what the issue is. I'm just getting here. But my partner's in there trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. So you don't know what you're being called about?
I do know what I'm being called about, but let's get that worked out.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to go back inside then.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Yeah, so why are you here?
I'm an investigative journalist.
Okay. Do you mind talking to me outside?
I do.
Okay. They're requesting that you be trespassed.
Here's what I'm going to warn all four of you. You really don't want to go up this mountain. You can, but if you do, it's not going to turn out well for any of you.
Okay. Why are you showing up to this building masked? Are you a podcaster? Is that what you said you were?
It's cold outside.
Okay.
It's frost on the ground. It's cold. That's why I'm wearing a mask.
All right.
Look, I have every lawful
I'm
authority
just trying to
be
figure
here.
out what's going on.
I'm
Why
just-
you're showing up
I collected a
fully
public...
dressed with sunglasses,
I
masked
collected
up,
a public
into a state
records
building.
request form.
Can you listen to what I'm asking you?
Look,
Okay.
I'm not here to help you with your investigation, okay? You do it on your own. I'm not going to give you information to help. I'm just conveying whatever I want to convey. Came here for a PRR, and I'm here to figure out how they're performing their job. That's the end of it. And I'm creating speech. I'm creating speech.
Creating speech.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means if you're going to try to enforce some sort of trespass, That camera you see over there, if you choose to prevent this camera from doing that, the footage on that is able to be attained through a public records request, which means it's not a content-neutral policy. You'd be committing prior restraint on my freedom of speech.
You're being audio and visually recorded.
I know, you don't need to let me know in Washington State. It's not a two-party consent state,
So
unless there's an expectation of privacy.
Okay, are you gonna let me talk?
Sure.
You good? Okay.
The look on the cop's face tells that he's one arrogant man in a uniform. The condescending gaze, let alone the constant attitude and bickering, doesn't help. Let's listen to him trying to reason.
So are you aware of Washington State trespass laws?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you're are you gonna trespass me?
We're trying to figure that out right now.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
You really don't want to do that, Milivek. No one in this building wants to do that.
What is this? Well, the problem is you can't. I understand what you're saying. This is a public building, but you cannot come in here and create disturbances, right?
Whoa. Disturbance is defined by disorderly conduct, obstruction, all
disorderly
that.
conduct. Do you know
This
the
is
RCW
not. This does not meet the elements of that crime in any way, shape, or form. If you want to try to push that, push the button, man. Find out what happens. That qualified immunity is going to last about 35 seconds.
Do you know what qualified immunity is? How does
Yeah.
it pertain to this?
If you violate my civil rights knowingly, you know that the elements of disorderly conduct as a crime are not being met right now. If you do that, under color of law, you're violating my civil rights. That's a federal crime. You don't get your qualified immunity in that case.
I said if you're committing disorderly conduct.
Yeah, I'm not.
So here's my advice. They obviously deal with like private records and stuff.
HIPAA pertains to them, not me.
So no, hold on. Here's my strong caution. Don't try to use your cameras to capture other people's personal information. Outside of that, you're a public person in a public setting, exercising First Amendment rights. Just don't try to intentionally capture other people's
There we go,
information.
gentlemen.
Outside of that, we're out.
We good on freedom here?
Thank you.
Thanks. We good on freedom?
And that's how you do it, folks. The other cop was going to escalate the matter further, but look how the superior officer cleared things within seconds. 21 seconds. That's exactly how much time it took him to clear up the situation. That's what cops are supposed to do. It's a shame there are bad eggs that fail to understand that. Just take a look at the guy who called the cops evading and trying to hide.
Hey, boss. I need your name because I'm going to file a complaint. You knew what you were doing. You knew you did wrong.
Have a good day.
What's your name?
Have a good day.
Man, some people just want to climb the mountain. Jeez. Remember, I think they're still issuing visas for Russia if you guys want to go live in a little more constrained land. It's working pretty good over there. Take care. Thank you for doing the right thing.
Okay. Like I said, we had investigated.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah, we get called for all kinds of stuff. So
I get that.
If you're exercising your constitutional rights to do that, but understand that that ends if you're trying to capture somebody else's private information. So that's it.
I'm willing to. I'm willing to meet you.
I'm going to turn my body camera back on if we're going to engage again.
So there is no expectation of privacy in public. That's the problem here. Now, if you're saying because that's the Washington State Healthcare Authority and they are dealing with medical records and all that, HIPAA pertains to them, not to me. So what they need to do if they've got private stuff out there is they need to put a barrier up to prevent me from capturing
I don't want to
that.
get in the minutiae of their debate on their policy because I don't run their building, but just for clarity, like they do have a receptionist area, they do have plexiglass things up. Like if you had your camera over the top trying to capture computer information, it's a different conversation. But if you're in the lobby, sitting down, eating a bag of Cheetos and filming because you want transparency and you're doing journalism and exercising your First Amendment rights, that's not something we're going to infringe on.
Yeah,
fair enough. And you know what? I will say this. You make a good point on the going over. No court has really started to rule, like, for example, let's say you guys have at your police department, I have no idea if it's like this or not, but some 10-foot barrier wall, surrounding your cars or something like that. No court has ruled on if I take my camera and go like this and over, is that violating free speech as it pertains to a limited forum or not?
Here's what we deal with, is we deal with reasonableness, right?
Yeah, the reasonable man standards, like...
Until the courts, like, rule on something black or white, we try to deal with reasonableness. We try to just be, like, good community members, good citizens, right? Yeah. So what's the reasonable... I would look at it, what's the reasonable expectation? This is me as an officer, this is me as a person. Reasonable expectation. If there's a barricade there, what's that there for? Is it there to keep flies out of their lunch? Probably not. It's there to keep some type of information private, and you would believe that they would possibly have the reason to keep that stuff private. So that's where we'd come down to, hey, let's just be respectful, let's be reasonable, let's be rational about this. And yeah, I don't know if I could sit here and, I'm not a lawyer, right?
Sure.
I can't sit here and go through 15 hours of case law to give you that yes or no black and white answer.
Sure.
Like, my job is to be rational, reasonable, and we're the first step to your constitutional rights, but we also try to balance reasonableness in that too. So that's why we do what we do.
Well, look, at the end of the day, the thing I'm most happy about here is that you guys ultimately told them that this is just how it is, this is the standards, this is the law, and this is his property just like it's both of yours and all of theirs in there. As citizens, we're all paying for it, and therefore I can be in there and film it. So I appreciate that.
So that was State Healthcare Authority, but there's no way the same thing would happen in another department, right? Let's go to Portland and the IRS offices. This time, let's see how the taxpayers' money is hidden by the not-so-lawful people in the offices.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
How can I help you today?
I just need to come in.
So you have to have a business to be here.
I do have business.
Are you here to see a specific agency or company?
No.
Okay, well, we're not open to the public unless you have reason to be here for a business or a company.
What's prohibiting it?
The access orders that we're given. This building is only open to the public.
Where did
if
the
you're
access
here
orders come from?
From Homeland Security.
Do you have a copy of it?
Well, if I did, I wouldn't be able to show them to you. I can put you in contact probably with someone that can better explain this.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have a block to entry, you got to post that. You can't just decree things. So, you want to show me what that is? I mean, I've got press things to do here.
Okay. One sec.
You might think that he's the Mr. Rules in the IRS department, but no, there's a big boss waiting for later. This security guard thankfully had more reasoning than the other one from earlier.
Sure, so I can let you in.
So the DHS orders are gone now?
Well, no, they're still here, but we're making an exemption, or she has a better understanding of how this building operates.
Fair enough.
That's why I deferred to her.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yep. Yeah. Can I help you, sir?
No, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, but why are you filming down here?
What?
There is no filming allowed in our federal building.
How confident of that are you?
I'm very, so we will have security escort you out of the building.
Gosh, I'd love it.
Okay, so.
Dude,
There's a sign right there, no photography.
Yeah, so we'll be right back. You gonna go get security?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
thank
wait
you.
for 'em.
Be right back.
Yeah, yes, it's a public building, but there is no filming.
That's weird because Title 41 of the Code of Federal
Sorry,
Regulations.
I have no comment.
Yeah, bet you don't.
There he is, Mr. Rules, this time in a quarter zip. It somehow seems that public employees are also not far off dumb cops when it comes to entitlement, and it's even funnier because the auditor got clearance from the people who had the authority to stop him right at the beginning.
Hi.
Hey, so FPS is requesting that you leave.
They don't have any authority to do that.
Okay, I will let them know that.
I mean, here's Title 41. It's what you had on your wall upstairs. Remember where you come in, it says the rules and conduct on property?
Go ahead.
He is refusing to leave. We are ground level at the GSA office. You can talk to them, sir.
Sure, I'm just saying, there's the rules for conduct on property. It says I can take photographs in lobbies and corridors.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Put your,
Copy available here.
Did you just say that's correct?
yeah.
This is a corridor.
You can talk to them as soon as they get here.
So you're saying it's correct, but in acknowledging I'm in a corridor, now I can't?
Right, they are requesting you to leave, and you are,
You guys can request for me to shave my head bald. That doesn't mean I have to follow that order.
okay, don't worry, you'll,
I mean, you can make unlawful orders all day. I mean,
So GSA is the one that manages the building. So if they have you trespass or want you to leave the premises, they do have that right to have you leave.
not based on the law that I have in my pocket. Remember when you enter the front doors, it says no firearms on the sign? Right next to that is a poster that says rules of conduct on property, on federal property, GSA property. It's Title 41 of the Code of Federal Regulations, Section 102-74.420. And in that section, it says news, advertising, and for commercial purposes, you may take video recordings and photographs in corridors, lobbies, foyers, and auditoriums. This is a corridor. It's where one walks. Foyers.
You could talk to them about it.
Oh, I will. I'm just saying, like, you were correct earlier, and I appreciate that you spoke to your peer or your subordinate, whoever it was, and corrected him. But to act like you guys don't have to follow the Code of Federal Regulations, I mean, it's not.
We're not acting anyway. We're giving a request. We're relaying that request to you.
Yeah, well, if it's a request,
if you're denying it,
if it's a request and not a lawful order, I'm going to politely decline your request. Are you issuing me a lawful order to leave the property?
we are not issuing a lawful order at this time.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea not to issue that unlawful order. You guys have to follow federal laws just like I do and everyone else. If you don't follow the federal laws, that's when you get in trouble. All I'm saying is you should just go up and look at that poster that's right next to the "you can't bring weapons into the federal building." Look right next to it. You literally have that document that I have in my pocket up there on your own board. So if it's there on your own board and it says I can be doing what I'm doing, what's the problem?
The building management wants you out of the building?
Oh, the building management.
Correct.
Me and you and all them in the building or in the room and everyone down in the IRS, we're all taxpayers. It's our building. It's a federal building. It's yours, mine, yours. The rules that we all agreed on together as fellow Americans are up on that poster when you enter. Just like I can't bring a firearm or a knife or spray in here, right? Because the rules say I can't do that, right? Unless you guys are okay with me going to get my firearm and coming back, but I don't think you're probably okay with that.
No.
So, just as I have to follow that rule, I have to have you guys also follow the rules. And you posted the rules right at the front door. You know, I mean, unless this is all of a sudden just a, let's go and act crazy and act as if there's mayhem that's allowed in the building.
So the security wasn't able to get this man out of the building because they really can't give lawful orders. So what do? That's right, they call the cops.
Well, we're not letting mayhem or anything. But obviously, we're, like I said, again, we were given a request. We're relaying that request to you. You're refusing that request.
Yeah.
So we have to move it on to people who are going to have to come here. You're going to have the same conversation that you're having with us, you're going to have with them.
Okay.
Granted, we aren't infused with the power of the federal government. We keep this building secure.
Sure.
And soon, FPS will be here.
And I appreciate that. And so, you know, actually, while we're waiting for FPS, I mean, it is a perfect time to just acknowledge what I was talking about. So much like, and I appreciate, again, like what you said to your peer or your subordinate, whoever it was, that he's allowed to be in here filming. There's, first of all, nothing that gives guidance on coming downstairs. There was any authorized personnel signs that said restricted access or anything like that. There's just a staircase right over there that you come down. And guess what? That IRS office over there, guess who can go there? Just take a wild stab in the dark. Go ahead and take a wild guess. Who gets to go to the IRS office? Citizens?
Anyone?
Walking in a corridor? I'm seeing a theme here. If you're walking in the corridor and the rules say you can, and you're not restricted from coming down here, I wonder what that means. I wonder if there's a law about that. Hey, pretty confused here because when I entered your lobby, it said like, you know, no weapons, right? Right next to that is a poster of Title 41, 10274, 440, which is rules of conduct on postal property, which I have in my back pocket.
Okay.
It says in foyers, lobbies, corridors, and auditoriums, you can video record and photograph. I can't go into their office, but I can video record and photograph. I got a copy of it in my back pocket, but it's in your lobby. And guess what? That IRS office down there where citizens can go, they're walking in what's called a corridor. It's where one walks to go to an office. So are you going to trespass me?
Familiar with what a corridor is. I don't carry trespassing forms or anything like that. Have you been asked to leave?
Yeah, unlawfully. You have no lawful authority to do that. This right here, if you want to look at it, it's what you have upstairs. Where I have highlighted. That's what
I understand. All right. stand by for 1 second.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where does it sign? You're not supposed to film on this floor.
So the reasoning for this floor right here is because we do have conferences with that are not mirrored, right? So you can see right now the IRS is in here.
Fix it. That's not my problem.
Yeah.
I'm going to be really clear here.
Yeah.
Man. You don't have the authority or the ability to say you can't film through a clear window. Coming down the stairs to the IRS office where I wanted to go get a FOIA request, you don't have the ability to say, you can't walk down the corridor where all citizens are allowed to go because you're doing this. Let me explain what that amounts to. That's called prior restraint against freedom of speech. It's a content violation. So if you want to do that, I know you guys personally aren't going to get sued, so I know you don't give a crap because that's just generally how law enforcement views it when they have qualified immunity. But it doesn't prevent a lawsuit anyways. You're just telling the press you can't record or photograph down here when the rules as you enter the building say I can. Nothing in the rules, hold on killer, nothing in the rules says except for clear windows in conference rooms when the IRS is having a conference. Now wouldn't that be oddly specific if it said that? It's kind of weird, isn't it? So here's your options, gentlemen. You can either violate my rights. I'm obviously not going to get into a fight or a quarrel with you. You can violate my rights, screw up, make the government have to pay something to me. I like paying off my mortgage quicker. Or you can just simply go back, review the statute and the Code of Federal Regulations, maybe call counsel. You know, you guys have federal attorneys, call counsel, say, should we do this? Should we really do this?
Sharp, pressing, and totally lawful. This auditor is a rock star. I just love how the IRS officer at the back though, the total confusion on his face is so iconic. He must have thought that the cops would scare the auditor, but the total opposite happened.
All right, so you are correct, right? So you are allowed to film on this basement level and the first floor.
No,
right?
There's nothing that says I can't come down here.
No. I said this level.
There's nothing that says
I said this level and the floor above us.
Is this a part of the federal complex?
Yeah. So I said you can.
Where are the sign? No, you're not in charge. You need to understand.
I'm telling you, you can. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Well, you said can, not can't.
I said can.
I can film down here.
Yes.
Okay. Then why did you guys show up?
Oh, well, you know, some people are not as familiar with the rules and regulations, so I'm letting you know that you can.
Holy crap, guys!
All right, so.
First of all, glad we're on the same page. I can record and photograph down here.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
That terrifies me what you just said. That is so not okay.
Well, you know, sometimes
you need to talk to your boss about that.
Some people need to be educated. So you are correct. You can film down here.
If a member of the press like me came in here and they were brand new to their job and they didn't know every single federal regulation because I have an eidetic memory that I do, you guys would have just trespassed them and admit you would have said, hey, because the first thing you said.
No, I said the reasoning that they're saying that is because there is windows here.
You know what you guys should have done?
Correct. So the only thing I was going to ask is if you're willing to not film what's going on in here, that's your prerogative.
Now,
but that would be what I would request for you.
Okay. Well, first of all, I appreciate the request. I'm going to politely decline the request.
Okay.
Beyond that, what I would appreciate, because this is much better with the citizens, because unfortunately, I mean, clearly you know the statute, so that's good. There's a lot of citizens that just don't know anything about anything. And I'm sure you guys run across people like that every single day in your job. So the best thing for that is to say, hi, citizen Steve or Susie. You know what? We're not even going to go there. You want to know why? Freedom is in the whole building. The Code of Federal Regulations we all agreed upon through our legislature and our executive branch, they already squared it away. Put your feelings in a box for the day. When you're out in public, you have no expectation of privacy. Be a little more resilient. You know, get a hug from your mom or dad. Whatever it is that's going to make them feel like they're not so overwhelmed with concern, and just tell them freedom. We're not coming down there. We're not going to respond. Be a grown-up. Remember civics class from 8th grade and move on.
Yep. So have a good rest of your day.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Have a good one, man.
Gotta love freedom.
That's right, the walk of shame from the cops, because they just got beat. The auditor going back to record as he was, and the IRS guy, wait, where'd he go? He's nowhere to be seen. That's right, he saw his side was losing and took the easy exit.
Thank you in the end for doing the right thing. What was your name?
It's Michael. What's your name?
Oh, Well, you're gonna go with first name, Steve.
Steve, nice to meet you, Steve.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Do you have like a badge number or anything?
Yeah, it's
or?
1523.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. What was your badge number, by the way?
1414.
And what was your name?
So we technically aren't supposed to give out our names. Some people play it a little bit looser than others, but I try and keep it professional.
Okay.
So I can tell you 1414, and if you call the phone number that's on the back of my car, they can identify
I'm
me.
not gonna call. There's no reason to call. I appreciate you guys coming down and being professional. You guys were professional the whole time. Only request I have is just what I said at the end. Just let citizens know from now, and they just kind of honestly need to grow up more.
Yeah, no, and
just is what it is.
We do what we can. Every
Okay.
time. That's probably what he's in there doing right now, is explaining to them
Fair enough.
what the law is and why, because we've run into this before in other offices.
Fair enough. Thanks, man. Have a good day.
It's good to see that some good cops still manage to exist in the system, and the auditor also acknowledges them. But when the cops are good, the public employees usually are the issue.
Hi, this isn't a public space. This is the city conference room. It's private.
Why would you say that?
Because it is. All out here is your public space, but in here isn't. There's proprietary.
You pretty confident of that?
Sorry?
Are you pretty confident of that?
I can talk to. Let me get my paralegal for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Appreciate it.
Can you come out and wait? While
I can't. I'm looking at something. But if they want to come on back this way, I'm happy to talk to them.
Sir, can you please exit the conference room? I'm just following my boss's directions.
Oh, no, I totally understand. I appreciate
But
that.
if you could do me a favor, and while I double check, because I'm sure you're right, but if you could do me a favor, because I need to follow directions, if you could wait with me.
I totally understand you do. Fortunately, I'm not in the
Chris?
same situation.
Can you
so.
call Adolfo, please?
Thank you for checking, though.
You might think this is the Mr. Rules for this segment, but no, let me introduce the worst Mr. Rules you've ever seen. And mind you, fun fact, this guy makes over $200K a month. Introducing the city manager.
And then
LaGuardia, that kind of thing.
Hey, Adolfo, I just want to make sure the conference rooms, we have a gentleman here who wanted to tour, but my understanding
How's it going?
the conference
Hi.
rooms are off limit to public.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you having an interest in the city manager. And I'm informing you that this is not a public space because there is a closed door. You may, if you choose to remain in a place that's not public, then unfortunately I will have to take other steps. So it's your choice.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to go with option B on the other steps.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And you guessed it, it's the security again. Now, would you expect a different ending this time?
Hey, buddy. What's happening? Talk to me.
Nothing, just working on something.
Okay, but you can't be in here. You can be here. No problem.
What leads you to believe that?
They told me you're not allowed to be in here. This is a conference room.
No, I get it. Just like you're not allowed to wear those sunglasses.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I just said you can't wear those sunglasses.
Why? Okay.
Exactly. Kind of. See my point?
I know. But
just because somebody decrees something doesn't mean it outs automatically.
I understand.
There you go.
I understand what you're saying.
So my point is this: the whole time, place, manner restrictions that he's inferring are not accurate. So what I'm saying is, before the city goes down this road, I'd highly recommend to at least call city council first. Because here's the great thing.
Well, he's on city council.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, council. I mean as in legal counsel. Call the city attorney. Because here's the thing. You seem like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Down to earth.
Yeah.
I don't really know about the city manager or administrator, whatever his title was again. But the point I'm getting at is this. You don't want to get tied up in something that's unnecessary. He doesn't want to get tied up in something that's unnecessary. And the best thing to do, call the attorney, right? Because he's the one that puts himself or herself on the line for being the decision maker in terms of saying, yes, this is allowed or not. Because I guarantee you this, what the city doesn't want to do, and any participants on behalf of the city don't want to do, is make the wrong step here. That whole 7th Amendment's a bruiser. Granted, it's number 7 in line, so a lot of people kind of tend not to think about the 7th Amendment a lot. It's the one that gets the ugliest, though. It's the most expensive one.
But that's all fine and great, but why do you want to be in here?
I was just gathering some video and still photo images.
Okay. Did you get them?
Not done yet.
Well, why don't you hurry up and do that, and then we'll sit here, and then we'll just,
Gosh, this is kind of...
I'm not understanding your purpose.
It's kind of deviant. Yeah, but I mean, I want to be polite here, but it's not your place to need to know what my business is. Neither is it the city administrators.
I'm not so sure about that, my friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this going to turn into I need an ID kind of a situation?
No, I don't need to see anything.
That's
They're just going to call the cops on you.
Yeah, I mean, gosh.
Do you want to do that?
If they got to do that, I guess they got to do that.
I mean, that's what you want then.
No, actually, what I'd really like to have done is just be left unmolested into doing my business.
So tell me how long it's going to take you to do what you want.
I don't know.
What do you
but
need to-
here's the thing.
I don't understand what you're in here for.
I'm
you
working.
took your pictures.
You guys are interrupting me. You're trying to
I'm not
rush me out of here. I'm not going to be rushed.
No, I'm asking.
It's that simple.
I'm asking.
I'm not going to answer. You're escalating this to a point where it doesn't need to be escalated.
No, you are.
The fact of the matter is,
because
you
there's only
just
one
said
thing to take a picture
something
of.
that contravenes what the city administrator said. You just contravened him.
There's only one thing to take a picture.
That's
of.
absolutely not true.
There's
And I'm not
really
going to.
nothing here.
That's not true.
That warrants sitting in here just to make your point that you say I can do it.
No, it's turning into that, but I actually have other footage I need to get. Like, for example, consider I need to roll up these and take some photos from here. You have zero idea.
Photos for what, sir?
I don't need
Who
to
are
explain
you?
myself. I don't need to explain that.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
And what happens if I don't explain
The
that?
cops are going to ask you who you are. Because you could be a terrorist. I don't know who the hell you are.
I could be a terrorist.
You could be.
That is possible. I could have parachuted in from North Korea. It could be like North Korean
My point is,
paratrooper.
I don't know who you are or why you're here.
Look, you know,
right?
You were being, yeah, but you don't need to know. You were being.
I don't need to know that?
You don't need to know that.
Oh, really?
You don't.
Okay, well, all right.
Finally, it's the grand entry of you-know-who, and this time the cop didn't even want to try.
What's going on?
Hey, we're with the Bureau of Police.
Okay, great. What's up?
So we got a call. The issue is that you're in the conference room.
Yeah, here. Hold on. Real quick question. Are you the chief?
No.
Okay, that's just a lot of service stripes. So,
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
Steve.
Steve.
Yeah.
Deputy Ford. This is Deputy Hayden.
So the issue
your
that they have
deputies?
is they don't have a problem with you being out in the general space.
Sure.
But this is an office area conference room
Sure.
for City Hall and
Yeah, I get that.
local government.
Sure.
So they're asking that you step into the public space. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. They just can't have you in here.
Yeah, my business was and is in here. Some of the things I need to do are here. I need to clarify though. You guys are city police officers or you're deputies? I heard you say deputy.
We're employed by King County Sheriff.
Oh, okay.
Contracted with the city of Marion.
I see. Okay, I just wanted to make sure if it's city police or King County Sheriff's Department. Okay, fair enough. I totally get the disagreement here. The issue is I have things I need to do specifically in here. I get that the city administrator is arguing that there's a restriction on this place. There's no more ability for that individual to say that there's a restriction in this room, lawfully speaking, as is out there down the corridor that approaches their limited access area where they've got employees only. There's no more authority for him to decree this space that than another, unless they go through the measures of ensuring that that's the case. And there's plenty of opportunities, as case law has afforded them, both at a state level and a federal level, to make those efforts. Just like they did, in fact, down the corridor past the ladies' desks over there, where you go to the door, a glass door very similar to this one. It says employees only, restricted access, they got badge access or whatever. I'm not saying they need to do badge access, but I'm saying there are opportunities for them to make it clear. What I'm getting from the city administrator, or whatever his title is a desire to want to know what I'm doing in a publicly accessible space when I don't need to explain that to him.
This is where things get a little serious. The officer was kind enough to listen to reason, but soon enough, he resorted to passive threats.
I mean, I'll tell you my name's Steve.
Okay, Steve. So Steve, they're asking us to have you leave the property.
Okay. So it's gonna be a no trespass warning?
Because they're saying that you are trespassing on city property.
Okay.
There's going to be no trespassing warning.
Okay.
What we do is issue you a piece of paper.
Okay.
Ask you to leave. You refuse to leave, you're subject to arrest.
Oh, I'll leave with the warning. I'm not going to go to jail over this. One thing I'd politely request, if I could, whoever is officially the person asking for the trespass, if I could get that perjury declaration form signed by them from RCW 9852-115. That's the perjury statement they have to sign, that under penalty of perjury.
They're actually going to be listed as the party.
Great.
In the case report.
Great.
And I can give you a copy of the case number, and then the case report is open for public disclosure.
I get that. If I could show you, though.
Mark, who would be the point of contact? Would it be Chris, or what do you working on?
I would probably say the city.
Should we track down Adolfo real quick?
Yeah, the city manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, it's always a red flag when you have to show the laws to the cops meant to enforce them.
Okay. And like I said, if I could politely request, oh, did it pull up? It sure did. I was getting terrible internet reception for a second. If I could show you this, not trying to tell you suck at your job or anything. I'm not trying to imply that. I'm just wanting to see if I can get the correct outcome here.
Well, that's what we're working towards.
Yeah, no, I get it. So if you look here, removal of unauthorized persons, declaration form, penalty for false swearing. So what this is going over, you can see 9852, which is the trespass statute, right? And so what it does is it says the owner of premises or his or her authorized agent may initiate the investigation, request the removal of an unauthorized person. And then they have to fill out this form for the trespasser. It's under penalty of perjury. So the thing that I need is, if they're going to do the no trespass, I get it. I mean, it is what it is. I can handle that civilly later. What I'd politely request is just that be filled out, because it is required to be filled out per the trespass statute. And from there, I can say, hey, did you say the city manager's name was Rodolfo?
Adolfo.
Adolfo. Yeah. Thanks. So if at that point Adolfo's wanting to triple down and say, you know, I am going to sign the perjury statement. Yikes, that's his choice.
We're going to try to sort it out, Steve. I'll be right back, okay?
You bet. I promise I won't do anything bad here. Okay.
The cops went to talk to Mr. Wright, the city manager, Adolfo Balin, and the guy actually agreed to sign the trespass forms. Little did he know it was going to bite him in the bum.
I was still in the room.
I see that.
Yeah.
What did they say to you?
Well, they're talking to the city manager right now, Adolfo. They're basically, I think, passing along my strong recommendation to the city of Burien, which is to not do the trespass, because, fun fact, you might not be aware of it. You may be aware of it, so I'm not trying to impugn you. But if you look in RCW 9852, which is the trespass law, and you go to section 115, that's a declaration form under penalty of perjury. So whoever the person is that's actually doing the trespass, initiating the trespass, whether it's the city manager, you, whoever, right? They have to sign this declaration form under penalty of perjury that the removal of the person for trespass with a no trespass warning is lawful. If it were hypothetically to be that was an unlawful removal, the police are no longer liable, which is why the declaration form is signed. The person who initiated it is criminally liable.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really ugly trip down the shame train tracks. So if Adolfo does this, he's going to have to answer for if this is lawful or not. And I'm willing to bet my legal background that it's better than his legal background, and he might not want to get on that train and go for a ride, because it's probably not going to work out well.
I'm going to go down, get a trespass form.
Okay.
They want to follow through with the trespass.
All right. Hey, look, I mean, it is what it is.
He openly says that if you want to stay out in this area, they're saying this is an employee-only conference room.
Sure.
It's going to end up ultimately, I think, getting posted and locked.
Oh. So it's not posted and
maybe,
locked now? Is that reasonable to say?
Well, it says conference room has got a reserve on here, and it's not reserved until 3 o'clock.
And can I showed the corporal the statute, and this is honestly, this is for you and her more than the city or anyone else. This is for you guys to have that declaration form under penalty of perjury signed. I think it can be printed out on your laptop.
I don't have a printer.
Okay,
so I don't know how I'm going to accomplish that.
Could you ask Adolfo to print that out, because it's actually for a trespass to be officially done for a no trespass warning. The declaration form has to be signed, and it's under penalty of perjury. And I'm just asking that be done, because here's the thing: you're not liable in that case. What happens is he's swearing under penalty of perjury that my removal is lawful, and if it's not lawful, it removes liability from you guys, because you guys just say, hey. We were taking the guy's word. He's the city manager. He said it was lawful to remove him. And if an attorney later on finds out that it was unlawful,
I think I understand where you're coming from, but the report that I have to write actually has an addendum on the bottom of it that says this is a true and accurate report.
Does he sign it?
No, he doesn't sign it.
That's the thing is, if I could show you the statute, it means a lot right here, because it's a required thing by the legislature from that statute, from that section in the statute. Okay. Can I show that to you real quick?
Sure, absolutely.
I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Adolfo was given multiple chances to get out of this trap he was putting himself into, but it's a shame his ego didn't let him make a good decision.
What's the deal?
So there's, I don't know, good news, bad news? I don't know. I guess it depends on what I throw at you and see what sticks.
Okay.
I'm going to issue the trespass.
Okay.
City attorney's not around.
Okay.
Adolfo has no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to this declarant or a declaration of perjury. He's the city manager.
He's refusing to sign?
He doesn't. I don't have one. He doesn't have one. City attorney's not here.
He could just go to the state legislature website and just print it from there. Because here's what I would argue. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
He's I think about as confused as this whole thing is, kind of for the most part. That I'm a little confused by the whole thing too. So, at a minimum, I'll give you a case number. I'll give you my business card.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the trespass form that's on there. It'll have my name on there. It'll have his name as the person who is authorizing the trespass for the property.
Hayden, I really like you. You're an extremely nice guy. Can I just want to go the extra mile here because you seem so dang nice. And I don't mean this in an impugning way, so please don't take it like that. I would really like to get a sergeant or a lieutenant here. I'm requesting one.
I can do that.
If you would. The only reason is because when I run across good government employees, I want you to be here and keep doing your job because I want.
Well, I appreciate that.
I want crappy government employees to not be employed by the government anymore, and I want the good ones to stay and keep doing good things.
Well, I can be honest with Steve. I don't encounter folks, and don't take this the wrong way either, like you, that have whatever it is you're doing. Because I can't even speak to what it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
This isn't something that occurs every day for me.
Fair enough.
I'm the middle guy trying to walk a fine line on both sides. I don't want to violate your rights. They've got rights. They're trying to run a government. I don't want to do anything to negatively impact them either.
Sure.
So
you're trying to find the right response. So yeah, if you could get
let me grab my boss, I will have him come over here.
Cool. Hey, thanks, Officer Hayden.
The senior officer finally made a grand appearance, and much like the last case, the whole issue was resolved within minutes as soon as the big boys came in.
Oh, not bad. Is just sitting here talking with Robert here.
So, Steve, as requested, Sergeant Leba.
Well, thank you very much, Mark. Appreciate it.
So here's the deal. I don't see a single no trespassing sign up. The doors are not locked. The building's open for business hours. So I am not going to be directing my officers to trespass you today.
Fair enough.
What I will tell you is if anything gets damaged, if you try to enter any doors that are locked, that are clearly secured, you absolutely can be at least cited for, if not arrested for trespass. I think that's fair. I think that's fair game to let you know that.
Yeah.
But as far as this room, because they did not secure it and there are no trespassing signs up, as you've already mentioned to my officers under RCW, that's an affirmative defense for the RCW of criminal trespass. May I ask, obviously you don't have to answer, but may I ask what your plans are as far as leaving today at some point? Because
yeah, actually, I mean, I was just explaining to Robert. I mean, I've got my footage now. This is why I rolled up these blinds and stuff. So I came here to get some B-roll footage of this area right here. This was a more advantageous place to take the pictures from as I was walking by than over there because I'm trying to get down there on the drag. It's, a few stories up. And that was it. But when the city manager decided he was going to try to turn this into a, sorry, I'm the Lord Baron of the fiefdom here, I'm not going to take that.
Understood. And I'll explain my logic to him since he's the other party in this. I will say that in the future, if they decide, for whatever reason, the city government decides to put up no trespassing signs, just be aware that they might do that in the future.
Yeah, and there's civil recourse for that. If I disagree at that point, I can go to a city council meeting or whatever and say, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. We have civil means of doing it, and I appreciate your civil process to this. I also really appreciate that your awareness of the affirmative defenses and whatnot. You're going to go and instruct the city manager on what that is. That's perfect. You guys have been great. I really appreciate the professionalism of the King County Sheriff's Department.
No worries. Like I said, the one time where you will have to leave is obviously I don't think you'll want to be here all day, but when the building does close.
Oh, of course. Time, place, man restrictions. Yeah.
So anyway,
Thanks,
will let you get to it.
Mark, Corporal, appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Be safe out there. My. It's almost like I prognosticated.
Shit. Hey, dude.
The cops in this case, though a little loose on the laws, did try to make things work, but they weren't smart enough to resolve it actively, and the difference between the seniors and the juniors is miles apart. Cops are meant to resolve issues and de-escalate, but when they think they're smarter than you, or when they get condescending, it only makes things harder. And in all of these instances, a senior officer had to get involved, and all of the times, they resolved it within minutes, if not seconds. And that goes on to tell that the juniors may just be more arrogant than they are knowledgeable, which is truly a shame. Well, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care and peace.